as you perform the Mula Bandha.
दो हाथ पग बाहर लियावे, घोड़ा नीचे ले टहरावे.
Next up is Sumati Asana. As you maintain the same hold beneath the knees, bring the right foot over top of the left with the ankles crossed, toes pointing up, gaze to your nose, and visualize the great sage and Maharishi Sumati in Sumati Asana.
मूलद्वारी धरती पर ठाने, डावा पग परिधि से आने.
Next asana is Dandasana. Now extend your legs in front as you hold on to your hands, interlock your fingers, and stretch your arms up above your head with the wrists pointing outwards. As you gaze to your nose, keep your tongue up in Kechari Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and engage all the bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
The next asana is Arambhasana. With your legs straight, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. With index and middle fingers, as you lean your chest forward and down, bring your head to the knees. Inhale through the left nostril and exhale through the right. Then inhale through the right and exhale through the left alternatingly. As you perform Nadi Shodhana without the support of your hands, controlling the flow of your prana, as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दोवू पग मिलिवा पसारी, पगा का अंगूठा पकड़ी लीला टगोड़ा लगावे.
Next up is Pidukasana. Sit with the legs straight, extend your knees slightly upwards as you keep one hand distance between the heels, and then lean forward, bring your shoulders underneath the knees and the arms in and around the raised knees. As you hold on to the feet from the outside, gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम बैसी, दो पाव पसारी, कछुआ ऊर्ध्व को कुरडो डारे.
Next up is Jalandhari Bhavasana. As you extend both legs out with the heels together, place your chin on the heels. Insert your hands below the legs as you keep the palms facing upwards and gaze to your nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
दो वेड़ी मेली के दीजिए, हाथ पसारी.
The next asana is Urdhva Paschimottanasana. Now sit and extend both legs out as you lift one foot behind your neck. Lean forward and down as in Paschimottanasana. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, perform the Mula Bandha. If you can't bring your leg behind your neck, bring it over your shoulder or pull it towards your chest. Cross it over your knee and lean forward. Try to open your hip more and more as you perform the Pratyahara Kumbhaka, visualizing that your prana is flowing up along the body through 9 various points as revealed by Mahadeva. The points are the soles of the feet, the regenerative organs, the navel, the heart, the throat, the uvula, the center between your eyebrows, the top of your forehead and the crown of your head. Engage with the Mula Bandha and internally chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
पश्चिमतानवत् संस्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
The next asana is Anantasana. With your legs still behind your neck, lean backwards. Lay flat on the mat. As you hold on to the foot with the other hand, gaze to your nose and visualize you are infinite, endless, eternal, Ananta. Again, if you can't bring your leg behind your neck, pull it up towards your chest. Stretch as much as possible.
शेनी एकैकं पायि ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य.
Next up is Ankushasana. From Anantasana, rest on the elbow of the hand holding the foot. Concentrate on the prana flowing upwards as you gaze to your nose and feel in complete control in Ankushasana.
उत्तानशयित एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्
The next asana is Tridushasana. As you lay down on your back, bring the knees towards the chest and encircle your thighs and calves with your arms. Roll to the left and right as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानशयनं जानुनी हृदयेवष्टम्भ.
Now extend your legs forward as you bring the other foot behind your neck, leaning forward and down, holding onto the front foot, repeating Urdhva Paschimottanasana on the other side.
पश्चिमतानवत्संस्थितिं कृत्वा एकं पादं ग्रीवायां धृत्वा तिष्ठेत्.
Next up is Anantasana on the other side as you lean straight backwards, laying flat on the mat, holding onto the foot with the other hand as you gaze to your nose and visualize your infinite, endless, eternal.
उत्तानशयनी एकैकं पायि ग्रीवायां विन्यस्य.
Now roll onto the side of the hand, holding onto the foot. Rest on your side as you feel in complete control, gazing to your nose, performing the Mula Bandha in Ankushasana.
उत्तानशयित एकैकं पादं ग्रीवायां कुर्वन्.
The next asana is Yoga Nidra. As you lay on your back, lift your feet one by one up behind your back, up behind your neck. As you gaze to the nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
पादाभ्यां वेष्टयेत् कण्ठं हस्ताभ्यां पृष्ठबन्धनम्.
The next asana is Atmaramasana. While laying on your back, raise your legs towards your head, wrap your hands around the legs and interlace your fingers behind your neck. Gaze to your nose as you visualize Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
आत्माराम आसन प्रथमसुधोषो वे.
Next up is Kochikasana. As you lay on your back, pull your knees towards your chest with the soles facing up. Extend your arms sideways as you gaze to your third eye. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
दो हाथ सीधा सा करे, तीन सौ उबे सफा करे.
Next up is the Jatara Parivritti. This asana consists of 3 steps. We are going to perform all 3 steps and then repeat them on the other side. Let us first enter a neutral position. We lay on our back with the knees towards the chest, arms extended out to the sides. Visualize Swamiji perform the Mula Bandha as you then drop one knee towards the side and extend the other leg down. First step, bring both knees bent to the side. Second step, and then extend both knees to the side, holding onto the feet, gazing in the opposite direction. Third step.
परिवृत्ति कुक्षि भागे त्रिधा हि परिकीर्तितः.
Now return to the neutral position. Arms extended to the side, knees bent to the chest. Now drop the other knee towards the side, opposite leg down. Bring both knees bent to the side. Extend both legs to the side and gaze away from the feet as you hold onto the feet with your hands.
परिवृत्ति कुक्षि भागे त्रिधा हि परिकीर्तितः.
Next up is the Dviparapitam. As you lie on your back, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground. Gaze through your nose as you hold your ankles and lift your hips up. Visualize yourself as sturdy as a bridge as you perform Murcha Kumbhaka, engaging Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठ सर्वबलप्रदम्.
Next up is Paryankasana. As you lay on your back, place your feet flat on the mat and bring your arms over your head, placing your hands flat on the mat as well with the fingers pointing towards your feet. Now lift up your entire body and visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture.
शोत्तानवत् संस्थिति कृत्वा
Next up is Shvotanasana. As you lay on your back, lift your knees to the chest and keep your hands on the shoulders as you move your hips round and round in a circular motion. Visualize yourself as a dog playfully rolling around on its back as you perform the Mula Bandha.
सवत् शरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मील्य नाभुवानीय.
Next up is the Viparita Karani. Now, as you lay supine, raise your legs up straight with the hands flat on the mat. Move your legs and hips in a circular motion. As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, keep Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha engaged.
भूतले सशिरो दत्त्वा खेनये चरणद्वयम्.
Now, stop the movement of your legs, be straight and stable in Viparita Karani too.
करणी विपरीताख्या सर्वाधिव्याधिनाशिनी.
Next up is Langalasana. As you lay down on your back, lift your hips and take your feet over your head, resting the toes on the floor. Stretch your hands out on the ground behind your back as you clasp your palms in Parashu Mudra. Rest on your neck and shoulder as you visualize yourself as a plow and perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha in Murcha Kumbhaka.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ पादाग्रद्वयमूर्धमुन्नयेत्.
Next up is Sharita Paschimottanasana. From the same position, hold onto your feet. Keep your legs and arms straight. This is one of the 84 asanas revealed directly by Paramashiva himself. Perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
तानं शयित्वात् कुर्वीत शयितपश्चिमतानकम्.
Next up is Supta Konasana. From the same position, bring your hips above your shoulders and spread your legs wide apart. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
परिवृत्ति कुक्षि भागे त्रिधा हि परिकीर्तितः.
Next up is Chakrasana. As you bring your legs over top of your head, hold onto your ankles, and then roll onto your back as you visualize yourself as a chakra, a wheel.
वासनस्तद्वौ पादौ कुर्यान्मस्तकतः परौ.
Next up is Supta Prasarita Parangushtasana. Now raise your legs up vertically and hold the big toes in Prana Mudra. Then open up your legs wide to the side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and return to making an ocean-like sound with your mouth in Ujjayi Pranayama.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Supta Padangushtasana. As you lay on your back with the legs extended straight up, hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Join your feet together above your body as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is Matsyasana. From Supta Padangushtasana, cross your legs into Padmasana and hold on to opposite elbows over top of your head as you lay flat on the mat, as flat as possible. Gaze to the nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu.
मुक्तपद्मासनं कृत्वा उत्तानशयनं चरेत्.
Next up is Paramashivoham. As you lay on your back, in Padmasana, place the back side of your right hand onto the left palm. Gaze to the nose and visualize Lord Rama in your inner space.
प्रथमकरे पद्मासन आछे सुधोसो वे भूपरिपाछे.
Next up is Sarvangasana. As you lay on your back, with the legs in Padmasana, lift your hips and legs up. Place your hands for support onto your hips with the elbows on the ground. Tuck your chin to the chest, contract the perineal region, gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
क्षेत्र संक्षेपात् सर्वांगासनमुत्तमम्.
Next up is Vrishchikasana. As you lay on your back, place one foot onto the opposite thigh and pull the other knee towards your chest as you extend your arms up above your head and hook the fingers forward. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a scorpion.
प्रथमशयन सुधो शीशिकेशिकी सन्धि सुदाखे.
Now exchange the position of your feet. Repeat Vrishchikasana on the other side.
प्रथमशयन सुधो शीशिकेशिकी सन्धि सुदाखे.
Next up is Vrishapadakshipasana. As you lay on your back, interlace your fingers behind your neck, then lift both legs completely off the ground and pull one knee in towards the chest back and forth. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha and breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभ्यः कन्दरां बद्ध्वा.
Next up is Marottanasana. As you lay on your back, lift your legs one by one, touching the ears with your knees as you keep your hands extended down beside your hips. Visualize Swamiji perform the Mula Bandha.
श्रोतानवत् संस्थितिः कृत्वा जानुद्वयं पर्यायेन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत्.
Next up is Vriksasana. While laying on your back, place the soles of the feet flat to the ground, then stand up and sit back down as you visualize yourself as a wolf.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
The next asana is Luthasana. As you lay on your back, quickly throw your legs above and completely roll over. As you repeat this again and again, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and finally end in a prone position.
अथ उत्तानशयनं पादौ शिर उल्लङ्घ्य भूमौ स्थापयित्वा.
Next up is Saradhasana. As you now lay on your stomach, place your hands at the shoulder level onto the ground. Contract your lips, make the sound of a flute whistling while inhaling. As you visualize yourself as a chariot, carrying warriors into a battle for Dharma on your chariot back in Saradhasana.
निब्जशयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय.
The next asana is Dehal Ulanganasana. Now place your palms on the mat in a plank position Jump your legs forward and back between the arms as you feel yourself transcend body and mind.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्यचरणद्वयं मुड्डानैव बहिरानीय.
Next up is Jati Asana. From a standing position, bend forward and place your hands on the mat as you start walking around on the mat, visualizing yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant.
अथ जात्यासनं वक्ष्ये येन जातिस्मरो भवेत्.
Next up is the Lolitika Karana. Now stand with the knees bent, feet pointing outwards as you bend your elbows and rotate your arms around the body as you open up your chest wide as you lean backward, move your head in all directions. The next asana is Sadapasana. Now tie your feet with a rope, if you have a rope available, and stand erect on the mat with the hands onto the hips, the elbows close to your body. Be as straight as a rod as you contract the perineal region, pushing the Kundalini Shakti up and breathing in Sahajra Kumbhaka, leading it along your spine. Visualize your Kundalini Devi is rising and curling upwards around your body as you internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
अथ सर्पासनं वक्ष्ये वायुपाणाय केवलं शरीरं दण्डवत् तिष्ठेत् रज्जुबन्धस्तु पादयोः वायवी कुण्डली देवी कुण्डलाकारमङ्गुले.
Now untie your feet if you tied them as we enter the next asana of the sequence, which is Ushtra Sadhanasana. While standing, place all fingers on the mat and hold the feet from the front as you start walking around on the mat, visualizing yourself as a camel.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Ashvasana. From the same position, hold the feet from the outside and walk around, visualizing yourself as a horse.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिका प्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरि पादतले संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Kapota Nitakasana. Now stand straight with the feet together, interlace your hands behind your back and pull them down towards the calves as you open up your chest widely. Visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving as you engage the Mula Bandha.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय पृष्ठभागेन हस्तौ जङ्घापर्यन्तं नीत्वा.
Next up is the Talapushpa Putam Karana. As you stand tall with the palms together, Namaskara Mudra, gently bend your knees. Keep the toes pointing outwards as you bow down to one side. Raise the heel and open up your palms. Repeat the movement on both sides as you visualize you're holding a bouquet of flowers and offering it to Paramashiva. The next asana is Khadgasana. Now visualize yourself as a rhinoceros as you gaze to the tip of your nose and lay down on your stomach. Jump your feet up towards your hands and stand. Bring the palms together in Namaskara Mudra, resembling the horn of the rhinoceros.
उजसरतमासनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
Next up is the Uttanottanam. Sit down all the way or as low as you can to the ground as you stand up and sit back down. Hold weights if you want to intensify this asana as you gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पुनः पुनः उत्थातव्यम् अस्थितव्यम् इति उत्थानोत्थानं भवति.
Next up is Musalasana. As you stand up straight, raise your arms over your head and jump repeatedly, visualizing yourself as a mace.
सरलं स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं बाहु नयेत्
Next up is Uchya Shakasana. From a standing position, pull the sole of one foot towards your stomach. As you sit down and stand back up with the other leg, repeat the movement on both sides. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकैकं पादतलं कुक्षौ निधाय तिष्ठेत् उच्छीर्षकं भवति
Next up is the Parshvajanukarana. Now stand on one leg with the knee bent, toes pointing outwards, and pull the other knee towards your chest. Hold it with a hand in a fist. As you place the other hand on top of the thigh, fingers pointing inwards. The next asana is Tandavasana. You can hold weights to intensify this asana. Visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva. As you extend your arms and one leg forward, sit down and stand back up on one leg.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति
Next up is Brahmanasana. As you visualize Lord Brahma blessing you from within, place the left foot on the opposite thigh and stand erect on the mat like a rod with the hands hanging down.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्ष्ये यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्
The next asana is Garudasana 3. Now stand tall and wrap the left leg over and around the right knee. Tuck the left toes under the other side of the right calf. As you simultaneously cross the left arm below the right and bring the palms together in Namaskara Mudra. Visualize Lord Garuda. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्थानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च
Next up is Ekapadasana. As you stand straight on the right leg, lift the left foot onto the opposite thigh. Keep your hands relaxed by the knees as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च
Next up is Dhruvasana. As you stand on the right leg, hold the big toe of the left foot and straighten it out to the side. Rotate your body quickly on the standing leg as you visualize yourself as the North Pole Star.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्याग्रं धृत्वा
Next up is Trivikramasana. As you stand on the right leg, lift the left foot behind your neck and stand tall. Alternate sitting and standing. If you can't bring the leg behind your neck, pull it up as high as you can.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति
Next up is the Parshvajanukarana on the other side. Now repeat Tandavasana on the other side as you visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति
Now repeat Brahmanasana on the other side.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्ष्ये यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्
Repeat Garudasana 3 on the other side as you intertwine arms and legs, visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda.
उत्थानकूर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च
Now repeat Ekapadasana on the other side as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च
Next up is Dhruvasana. the post up posture. On the other side, hold on to the big toe and rotate your body on the standing leg.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा
Now repeat Trivikramasana on the other side. As you stand on the other leg and lift the opposite foot behind your neck. Sit down and stand back up. Pull the foot up as high as you can and sit down and stand back up.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यम्.
Next up is Samanaka Karana. As you stand with your feet close together, the toes pointed slightly out. Keep both hands to the side of your body, slightly extended. Relax in this natural posture. After this intense sequence of asanas, as you move on to the final 100 asanas of the sequence. Again, we would like to request everyone to make sure that you're visible on camera. So switch your cameras on, make sure your room is properly lit and nothing is covering your camera. As you perform the next asana, which is Gorak Anjali Asana. Now stand erect on the mat, bend forward, bring both hands underneath the knees, make a finger lock and sit in a squatting position as you let the finger lock touch your navel. Visualize the great sage Goraknath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, as you perform Jiva Chala Kumbhaka, inhaling, holding the breath and forcefully moving the prana up and down and throughout your limbs of the body, controlling the prana, moving it along with your mind.
प्रथमहि उभौ होये बाहुरी नीचो पुनिहोवे.
Next up is Kanchi Asana. As you insert your hands between the thighs and calves, then wrap them around behind your butt. Interlace your fingers behind as you squat down and keep your chest straight. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
ऊर्मध्यात् हस्तौ निवेश्य नितम्बं धृत्वा
Next up is Bhairu Asana. As you bring your feet together and sit in a squatting posture with your heels touching your perineum, hold your hands behind your back as you gaze to the nose, gaze to the navel, and visualize Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time.
ओम की थलिया की माहिली कोर मिलाई.
The next asana is Varahasana. Squat all the way down to the ground as you keep the feet together, toes apart, feet flat, knees raised to the chest, and hold your hands in Anjali Mudra, fingers pointing down behind your back, elbows close to your head. Visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu.
अगदली की माहिली कोर मिलाई फणा पानी उकड़ बई से.
Next up is Pripitasana. As you hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra, bring your hips to the same level as your knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
पार्श्वद्वय सम्मील्य स्थित्वा नितम्बं जानुप्रदेश आनीय.
Next up is Pakasana. As you place your hands on the mat with the fingers wide, place your knees onto the back of your arms and lean forward, lifting your feet off the mat as you visualize yourself as a crow.
हस्ताभ्यामवनिवोष्टभ्य जानुद्वयं नाभौ सम्मील्य.
Next up is Sushtanga Kapali Asana. As you kneel down and place your head on the ground, place your palms on the ground for support. Lift your legs up and place them into Padmasana as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसनकोण कपाल आछो होई.
Next up is Guptasana. Come to a kneeling posture. As you sit in between the heels with the toes touching behind your body, place your hands on the knees, sit straight. As you gaze through your nose and visualize you are sitting in the secret seat with Paramashiva and Guru. Internally, chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
जानोर्भोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत्.
The next asana is Vrikshasana too. This is another inverted posture. So if you need support of a wall, place yourself in front of the wall. As you place your hands on the ground, fingers wide, lift your body up straight into a handstand. This asana should be practiced to purify the 7 chakras. Visualize yourself as a tree with deep roots growing into the ground, sprouting from your hands. As you perform the Mula Bandha and calmly breathe through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाय वृक्षासनविशेषकान्.
Next up is Shiva Asana. Again, in a handstand posture, bring your hands and feet close together, gaze towards your third eye, and visualize Tejas flowing to your third eye, rejuvenating your body, bringing the divine radiance to your being.
गोपगजोड़ी माही गुल्फ मिलाए.
Now place your hands flat on the mat, shoulder width apart. Step your feet back into Tadakshvasana, the plank position, as you lower your body down to the mat and push it back up again and again, visualizing yourself as a fish in Matsyasana too.
निब्जं शयनं कूर्परो पार्श्वभागाय मूर्धकृत्या.
Now lower your body down onto your belly. Keep the toes pointing down to the mat. As you place your hands on the hips, lift your chest and move it from left to right. As you visualize and move yourself like a snake, perform the Mula Bandha.
निब्जं शयनं कृत्वा हसौ नितम्बं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Niralambanasana. As you lay prone on your belly, with your hands in Padma Mudra, the Lotus Mudra, holding onto your chin, with the elbows on the mat, extend your toes back, feel self-supported and completely independent.
कराभ्यां पङ्कजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कुर्परया सुधीः.
Next up is Chaturasana. As you lie on your stomach, place your hand flat on the mat in front, straighten your arms, bend your knees, bring your feet towards your upper back as you lift up your head and chest. Visualize yourself as an umbrella protecting your Guru from the sun rays.
अर्ध्यासनवस्थित्वा हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Next up is Vajrasana. As you sit on the knees with the tops of your feet flat on the mat, bring your butt onto the heels, stretch your arms out in front as you place your palms and your forehead on the mat. Visualize yourself as Vajra, the weapon of Indra, symbolizing indestructibility as you gaze through your nose in Vajrasana.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Meshasana. Now place your hands flat on the ground and push your hips up into Gajasana as you alternate striking the ground with your hands. Visualize yourself as powerful as a ram.
गजासनसंस्थितो एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ ताडयेत्.
Next up is Ajasana. From Gajasana, raise your feet up and slowly lower your body down to the mat as you visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity in Ajasana.
गजासन संस्थितो पादद्वयमन्तराळे कृत्य
Next up is Dhanantarasana. As you sit on the knees, with the feet together behind, sitting on the heels, hold onto the feet and pull them in towards your perineum. Then place your hands on top of the knees. Keep your spine straight, gaze to your nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you make an ocean-like sound with your mouth in Ujjayi Pranayama.
पूर्व विधि परिहाता की काकसी से फणा शरा मोड़ी.
Next up is the Angamotanam. Now interlace your fingers in front and then behind you. Stretch your arms forward to the sides, backwards into all directions as you give massage to various different joints and muscles of your body, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
हस्तयो अंगुलीर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् सर्वमंगम निष्कासयित्वा.
Next up is Garudasana. As you sit on the heels in Vajrasana, keep your feet turned out towards the sides, thighs and knees resting on the ground. Keep your spine straight, hands on the knees, as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back.
जंगोरुभ्यां धरां पीड्य स्थिरकायो द्विजानुना.
Next up is Ananda Madhyasana. As you sit with your legs folded, the back, the toes pointing backwards, keep your knees wide, hold onto your ankles with your hands as you place the front of your buttocks on the ground and gaze to your third eye. And visualize yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पक्षे वीरनाथ आनंदमंदिरासनम.
Next up is Mandukasana too. As you sit with the knees wide, feet overlapping on your ankles, place your hands under the knees and gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as a frog, performing Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha in Mandukasana too, with your tongue up against the palate of your mouth in Manduki Mudra.
पृष्ठं संपीड्य गुल्फाभ्यां जान्वंगे सवलयाकृतिः.
Next up is Narasimhasana. As you keep your toes on the mat, heels up and together, place your perineum onto the heels and place your palms on the ground with the fingers wide, thumbs touching the base of your hand, touching the toes. Gaze to your nose as you stick out your tongue and exhale. Gaze to the nose and visualize Narasimha, the lion man avatar of Lord Vishnu.
दो फणा पानी होय वैसे एडी मेलर गुदानी वैसे.
Next up is Pishlakasana. As you sit in the same position, make a hollow with your palms and place it over your mouth and nose. Place your thumbs under the teeth and close your lips. As you inhale through the right nostril and exhale through your mouth as per your capacity in Vishlaka Pranayama. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as Devi, victorious over all your fears.
ओपकांगी एडी जोजी गोड़ा फनोबान पुनि होई.
Next up is Makarasana. With the soles of the feet together, the top of your feet on the ground, sit on your heels and bend your elbows as you bring your fingers towards your armpits, imitating as if a monkey was scratching itself. As you visualize yourself as a playful monkey, gaze to your third eye and perform the Mula Bandha.
दो बगदली संपुट आने तिनकी पिष्टि भूमि परिठाने.
Next up is Vajrasangarasana. As you stand on your knees with the soles of the feet together, sit on your heels and keep your knees wide and off the floor. Hold your elbows behind your back as you gaze to your nose and embody diamond-like strength for you and your Sangha, your spiritual community.
પ્રથમપણા પાણી હોય પૈસે એડી મેલર કુદાની પૈસે.
Next up is Kanjanasana. As you keep the toes down, ankles crossed behind. As you sit on the heels, place your palms onto the mat to the sides. Gaze through your nose and visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mudha Bandha.
खञ्जनासनमावक्षे यत्कृत्वा सुस्थिरो भवेत्.
Next up is Kurmasana. Now, with the toes flat, feet crossed behind, perineum on the back of the heels, keep your knees wide on the floor, rest your hands on the knees, and make your upper body and neck stiff like the shell of a turtle. Gaze through your nose and visualize yourself as a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for centuries.
गुल्भौ च वर्षणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितौ.
Next up is Yogasana. Maintain the same position, relax your upper back, gaze through the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
गुदं नियम्य गुल्फाभ्यां व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः.
Next up is Vichogasana. As you stand on the knees, cross your ankles behind with the feet near the opposite knee. Hold your calves with the fingers inside and the thumbs outside as you gaze to your third eye and visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita, with your Guru.
गोड़ा वामो उभौ होई गोड़ा आड़ा राखे दोई.
Next up is Ushtrasana 2. In a kneeling position, bend backward, hold your ankles with your hands. As you keep your arms straight, push your hips forward and tilt your head back, visualizing yourself as a camel.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्य संविपादयिषुः पुमान्.
Next up is Jati Asana 2. With the heels together, hands on the soles of the feet, slowly lean back. Bring your elbows down to the mat as you place the back of your hand to the mat. Gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as a lotus blooming.
दो एडी संपुट करे सोले मूलद्वारि धरिधरे.
Next is Vedatasana. As you sit on the knees with the thighs and calves together, lean back and touch your back to the ground, then rise back up again and again. Use the support of your hands if needed as you gaze to your nose and visualize the healing and liberation of all the causal, subtle forms of your body.
जङ्गा पृष्ठभूमौ निधाय जङ्गोत्रयोः ऊर्ध्नि संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Kapotasana. From Vedatasana, raise your hips higher. Bring your forearms on the mat and hold the back of the heels. Bring your head in between the feet as you visualize yourself as a beautiful dove.
मेरुदण्डग्रन्थिदाढ्य संविपादयिषुः पुमान्.
Next up is Varasana. As you stand upright on your knees with the toes tucked, hold your arms with opposite hands. Gaze to your nose as this is the boon fulfilling posture. Receive your boon from Paramashiva. Internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, declaring your oneness with him.
जानुनि भूमौ संस्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां बाहुपरस्परं धृत्वा.
Next up is Varahasana 2. Now keep your knees together, toes tucked, lean forward as you bring your elbows to the mat, hands holding your head. Rest your head on your hands and your butt on the heels as you visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu.
सूर्यं चन्द्रं भेदनानि आसनानि निकथ्यते.
Next up is Mundasana, another inverted posture. So set yourself up in front of a wall if the support is needed. Now kneel down, place your elbows on the mat shoulder width apart. Interlock your fingers, place the crown of your head on the mat, hold your head with your hands. As you lift your hips, walk your feet forward until your hips align with the shoulders. Then straighten your legs up. Gaze towards your nose as you visualize yourself as a lopped tree.
दण्डासनं वक्षे सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम्.
Next up is Andhasana. As you kneel down with the head between the knees, elbows adjacent to the knees, with the hands holding your head. Inhale through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka and exhale through your mouth as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम भगदली समटहरावे कोरबाहिली उभे मिलावे.
Next up is Viparita Shalabhasana. You can hold weights to intensify this asana. As you lay on your belly, with the arms extended straight out, lift your hips, arms and chest off the ground, visualizing yourself as a locust.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके.
Next up is Kapalasana. As you lay on your belly with the arms at the side, palms facing down, place your forehead on the ground and keep your chest on the mat as you lift your legs up together. Visualize a skull representing the thoughts, the strong will to attain enlightenment. The next asana is Akara in your stomach. With the hands by the sides, lift your legs up over your head and slowly place your feet on the mat in front of your head. Keep the palms flat on the mat behind as you visualize yourself as a free and open dove.
उष्ट्रासने स्थित्वा चरणौ भूमेरुत्थाप्य मस्तकोपरि नीत्वा.
Next up is Chatakasana. As you sit in a kneeling posture, perineum on the heels, keep your hands flat on the mat and your forearms on the ground, elbows down. Be sturdy. Visualize yourself as a sparrow as you breathe in Sahadra Kumbhaka through your nose and perform the Mula Bandha.
पूर्वपर्यन्तो हस्तोधरामवष्टभ्य.
Next up is Vrishikasana too. As you kneel down, hands and elbows on the mat, raise your legs, bend your back to touch your feet onto your head. Lift your chin and hold as you visualize yourself as a scorpion.
विच्छेव पुच्छ प्रतिमाङ्घ्रिपा श्रीधृत्वा स्वशीर्षे चिबुकं विधार्यको.
The next asana is Vrishasana. As you sit with the perineum down on the right heel, keep the left foot outside the hip with the toes pointing outwards. Keep your hands in front of the knees, flat on the mat, as you visualize yourself as a bull, and start breathing in Antaranga Kumbhaka, forcefully inhaling through your nose as you hold your breath for a short while and slowly exhale through your nose, performing the Mula Bandha.
यामे गुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्.
The next asana is Vilasana. As you place your hands in front of your body, lift your body off the mat and cross the toes of the left foot over top of the right, balancing on your arms as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात्.
Directly place your perineum down onto the other heel as you repeat Vrishasana on the other side, visualizing yourself as a bull.
याम्ये गुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्.
Next up is Bala Gunasana. Now place the toes of the left foot onto the ground as you sit down on the heel of the left foot. Place your right foot flat on the ground in front with the knee raised against your chest. Place your palms on the respective knees as you maintain an upright position. Visualize Bala Gunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space, as you perform the Mula Bandha in Bala Gunasana.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाई.
Next up is Grahasana. As you squat with the feet flat on the mat, bring your elbows under the thighs and wrap your hands around the shin. Hold onto your ankles as you hold onto your ankles from the outside as you visualize yourself as the entire planet.
पादतले भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्यगोरपरौ स्थाप्य.
Next up is Bala Gunasana on the other side. Sit on the heel of the right foot, left knee against the chest, hands on the knees, as you visualize Bala Gunahai in your inner space.
आसन को गुण जल विकार जाई.
Keep breathing in Antaranga Kumbhaka as you move on to Utkatasana. You can hold weights to intensify this asana. As you squat on the toes with the heels up, knees off the mat, place your perineum on the heels and the hands on the respective knees. Keep your spine straight. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
युजास्पिजस्ति यत ऊर्वजानो यत्रासने पादतलद्वयोपरि.
The next asana is Vajra Sangarasana. As you sit on the toes with the perineum on the heels, the soles of the feet together, keep your knees wide and off the ground. Hold opposite elbows behind your back as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम प्रणापाणी होए जैसे दो एड़ी गुदानी वैसे.
The next asana is Anilasana. As you squat or sit with the feet hip width apart, hands under the soles of the feet from the inside, palms facing down, arms straight, elbows at the navel, gaze towards your nose as you visualize you are able to live off of air alone.
दो हाथ भूमि पर उठाने कहूनी जाड़ी ना भी लगाने.
Next up is Padukasana. Now place the back of your hands onto the mat with the fingers facing towards your body. Step your feet on top of your hands, hands wrapped around the feet like a shoe. Start walking around as you visualize you're wearing padukas, walking across India.
सतलयोः पादतले कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् गच्छेत् पादुकासनं भवति.
Next up is Kukkutturanasana. As you place your palms on the mat, raise both feet upwards into the air and let them fall back down. Do this again and again, visualizing yourself as a rooster as you perform the Mula Bandha.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले च ऊर्ध्वमुड्डानं कृत्वा.
Next asana is Viparita Nrityasana. As you place your hands on the mat, raise your legs upwards into a handstand and move around on two hands dancing as you feel yourself become free of all inhibitions.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Next up is Kunjarasana. As you separate the feet and place one palm down on the mat with the arms straight, bring the opposite hand to your head, be stable, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्.
Place the other hand down to the mat as you repeat Kunjarasana on the other side.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्.
Next up is Kadambasana. Now sit on the ground with the feet flat, heels close to your body. Hold the respective ankles with your hands as you lift your feet off the ground. Visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life.
पार्श्वभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य हस्तद्वयेन गुल्फौ धृत्वा
The next asana is Pavanamuktasana. Now sit with the feet flat. Hold the knees with opposite hands as you pull them towards your chest. Visualize any excess vata being released from or balanced within your system as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka. Breathe against your thighs and perform the Mula Bandha.
ध्वजोस्तु पादयोः पाणिं लात्वा स्वस्वनितम्बके.
The next asana is Chakodasana. As you sit with one leg behind your head, you can bring it over your shoulder. If you can't, bring it behind your neck or pull it towards your chest. Then place your hands on the mat beside you and lift your body off the mat, extending the other leg forward, gazing to your third eye and visualizing yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वदानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा.
We would like to request all the participants to perform the asanas to the best of your capability. Push yourself. Try to perform the asana even though it seems impossible. The more you try to perform the asana authentically, the Shaktipada and Shakti Nipada to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will take care of the rest. You just need to make yourself available and the asanas will manifest. The next asana of the sequence is Dhanurasana 2. As you sit on the ground, hold the big toes in Prana Mudra. Keep one leg extended forward and pull the other foot towards your ear as you visualize yourself as a bow.
पादाङ्गुष्टौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा शरवणावधि.
Next up is Ashtavakrasana. As you keep your palms flat on the ground, lift one leg over top of the respective shoulder. As you hook the other foot over top the respective foot and lean forward, extend the legs to the side, balancing on your arms as you visualize yourself as a flying crane in Ashtavakrasana.
वासिष्ठमथकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
The next asana is Pranasana. As you place the right foot on the left thigh and bring the left foot flat on the ground with the knee raised, push the right knee down and bring your left shoulder underneath the raised left knee. Gaze to your third eye and visualize you're immortal and able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यः स चामरः.
Next up is Parshvamatsyendrasana. Now place the right foot with the heel outside of the left hip and step the left foot over top of the right knee. Twist your body around the right knee, the raised knee, and bring the arm underneath the knee as you interlock your fingers behind your back. Twist your body, gaze to your third eye and visualize Sage Matsyendrana, the master of Hatha Yoga.
पार्श्वाभ्यां धृत्यते यास्तु पार्श्वमत्स्येन्द्रमुत्तमम्.
Now repeat Chakodasana on the other side. Lift your other leg behind your neck, or as high as you can. Extend the other leg forward and up while lifting your body up. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वदानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा.
Now repeat Dhanurasana 2 on the other side. Pull one foot to the ear. Visualize yourself as a bow.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि.
Now repeat Ashtavakrasana on the other side. As you hook the other foot over top the shoulder, extend both legs to the side and balance as you're visualizing yourself as a flying crane.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Now repeat Pranasana on the other side. Bring the left foot over top of the right thigh. Raise the right knee. Bring the right shoulder underneath the right knee. And push the left knee down to the ground as you visualize yourself as immortal, able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यः स चामरः.
Now repeat Parshvamajendrasana on the other side. As you keep the other foot outside of the hip, knee down, stack the other foot over top, bring one arm underneath the raised knee and interlock your fingers behind your back as you visualize Sage Matsendranath.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यः स चामरः.
The next asana is Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side. Ardha Paschimottanasana. Now extend one leg forward and bring the heel against the perineum. As you lean forward and down, hold onto the front foot with both hands. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Jivachala Kumbhaka, moving the retained prana up and down and through your limbs.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य.
Next up is Crown Shasana. Now bring the left ankle outside of the hip, hold onto the right foot and bring it up in front of your face with the knee straight. Visualize yourself as a crane as you perform the Mula Bandha.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Now repeat Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side. Lean forward and down with the other heel against the perineum.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य.
Now repeat Crown Shasana on the other side. Bring the other foot outside the hip. Extend the opposite leg straight. Hold onto the foot. Bring the head to the knee. Visualize yourself as a crane.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
The next asana is Swastikasana. As you sit with the soles between the thighs and calves, keep your spine straight, palms resting on the knees. Gaze to your nose, embody peace, well-being, good fortune and prosperity as you visualize a swastika.
जानुर्भोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे.
Next up is Godakshasana. As you keep your feet in the same position, cover your heels with your hands, gaze to the nose and visualize the great sage Godaknath, founder of the Natha Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
जानुर्भोरन्तरे पादौ उत्थानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Bhagasana 2. Now bring the left heel to the perineum and the right foot on the left thigh. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Gaze to your third eye. Perform the Mula Bandha as you meditate on Arihanta, the enlightened one, entering into Shanmukhi Mudra as you close your mouth with little and ring fingers, the nose with the middle fingers, the eyes with the index fingers, and the ears with the thumbs.
वामपार्श्वमुदं संस्थाप्य दक्षाङ्घ्रिवामजगने.
The next asana is Yogasana 2. Now place your feet on top of the opposite knees as you place your hands on the ground beside you with the palms facing up. Keep your spine straight, gaze to your nose, As you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, start breathing in Kakachantra Kumbhaka. Roll up your tongue. Keep your mouth in the shape of the beak of a crow as you inhale through the rolled up tongue. Exhale through your nose. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः
Next up is Urdhva Kukutasana. As you sit in Padmasana, rotate your hands at the side of your body and push your body off the mat. As you visualize yourself as a rooster, perform the Mula Bandha.
वासिष्ठमथ कौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च
Next up is Siddha Haratali Asana. From Padmasana, insert both hands through the knees as you place them on the mat. Avoid lifting your body up. Stay seated on the mat as you gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्तुदो भूगोड़ासन दिधरे
With the hands in between the thighs and calves, now push your body off the mat and balance as you gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as an elegant swan in Hamsasana.
कुटासनं स्थित्वा स्कन्दपर्यन्तं मूरुनि नीत्वा
The next asana is Karmukhasana. From Padmasana, place your hands between the thighs and calves, lean forward and push your arms behind your body with interlaced fingers in Parashamudra. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ासन दिमाहि करि धरे
The next asana is Kurumasana too. As you sit in Padmasana, bring your hands in between the thighs and calves and hold on to the respective shoulders with your hands. As you visualize yourself as a turtle, having a stable mind and body to live for hundreds of years.
बाई जंग पर दक्षिण बावा दाई जंग पर बाई ल्यावा
From the same position, tuck your chin to the chest and gaze to your nose. Rejoice knowing you're sitting in Shiva's secret knot posture. Perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha in Granthi Bedasana.
अथ पक्षे नीलकण्ठ ग्रन्थिभेदासनं शुभम्
The next asana is Uttana Kurmasana. From the same position, with your hands in between the thighs and calves, roll onto your back and embody a turtle laying on its back. As you gaze to your nose, visualize yourself as a turtle.
कुक्कुटासनबन्धस्थं कराभ्यां धृतगन्धरं पीठं कूर्मवदुत्तानम् एतदुत्तानकूर्मकम्
Next up is Pangu Kukutasana. From Padmasana, place both hands through the gap of the thighs and calves. Place one hand flat on the mat as you hold its wrist and push your body off the mat. Visualize yourself as a rooster as you perform the Mula Bandha.
कुक्कुटासनं स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य परिबन्धं धृत्वा
Next up is Pangu Kukutasana. On the other side, place the other hand flat on the mat, hold its wrist and push your body off the mat. Visualizing yourself as a rooster.
कुक्कुटासनं स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य परिबन्धं धृत्वा
The next asana is Gridrasana. From Padmasana, place your elbows on the toes and interlace your fingers as you rest your chin on the knuckles in Parashamudra. Press your thumbs to the throat and visualize you have gone beyond all greed and covetous.
जानुर्वोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ
Next up is Padmasana 3. From Padmasana, hold one hand over the other with the palms facing upwards. Keep your spine straight, gaze to your nose as you engage all three bandhas and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
उत्तानो चरणो विधाय विधिवत् शक्ति स्थितो योगिरात्.
The next asana is Padmasana 4. From Padmasana, place your palms onto the top of the knees. Keep your spine straight, gaze to your nose, and visualize Paramashiva in your inner space. Internally chant the Mahavakya Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायु प्रसिद्धये.
Next is Karmakasana 2. From Padmasana, keep one hand on top of the knee and hook the other hand in Prana Mudra around the big toe as you rotate the big toe round and round. Visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bowl, as you repeat the movement on the other side as well.
अथान्यासनमावक्षे योगपूरकरक्षणात्.
Next up is Karmakasana 3. From Padmasana, cross your arms behind your back, and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. Engage all three bandhas, gaze to your nose, and visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bowl.
कार्मुकासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखम्.
The next asana is Dridhasana. From Karmakasana 3, lift your chest up, gaze to your third eye, as you visualize yourself as the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across.
ऊरुभ्यामुपरि स्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Nagrasana. From Dridhasana, roll onto your back with the arms crossed behind, still holding onto the big toes if you can. Gaze to your nose and visualize yourself as a snake as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahajra Kumbhaka.
प्रथम पद्मासन को ठाने दो हाथ पाछाने आने.
Next up is Kandukasana. Free your arms and legs. Pull your knees to the chest and circle them with your hands in Padashu Mudra. Pull the knees to the chest. Lift your head up. Squeeze your body into a ball.
वित्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य.
Next up is Urdhva Pavanasana. As you lay on your back, with the knees raised together, feet flat on the ground, hands interlocked behind your head. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमे सूधो सैन करावे गोड़ा उभा राशि मिलावे.
Next up is Malakata Pitasana. As you lay on your back, bend your knees. Keep the feet flat on the mat and place your palms upturned underneath the heels. Push your hips up as you engage the Mula Bandha. Breathe in Mudra Kumbhaka with Jalandhara Bandha engaged as you visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape.
उत्तानशयनं पादतले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Utthana Shikipitakasana. As you lie supine, raise your hips up, support your hips with your hands placed at the waist, elbows on the ground, bearing the weight of your body. As you keep the toes extended, gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशिखिपीठकम्.
Next up is Narakasana. As you lay on your back, raise your legs up. Place your hands on the mat for support, with the toes pointing up straight. Visualize yourself blissfully traversing through Naraka Loka unscathed.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ.
Next up is Tiranaukasana. From Narakasana, bring your hands to the hips, elbows down on the mat. As you keep your legs straight and then lower and angle them with your core engaged. Visualize yourself as a boat crossing the ocean of samsara.
नौकावत् स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नजेत्.
The next asana is Dvajasana. As you bring your hands back to the mat, be straight and sturdy like a flagpole. Visualize yourself as the Kailasa flag, respected across all nations.
तिर्यन्नौकावते ग्रीवापृष्ठकोर्परैः भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Now lower your body down onto the mat into the final asana of the sequence, Mritasana. Lie supine with your hands next to the body, palms facing up. Perform the Shakti Chalan Mudra as you pull the Kundalini Shakti up along the spine. Visualize your body is dead, and Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is liberating you. Internally chant the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तु शवासनं शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारणम्.
Now slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, your ankles and your wrists, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees up towards your chest. Rock your body from side to side and slowly return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations for completing the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama 308 asana sequence. We are now going to have the power manifestation session, so stay tuned. Manifest the Shaktis of Paramashiva as we close this session with the Purna Mantra. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as we chant the Purna Mantra.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ तत्सत्. सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु. ॐ नित्यानन्दम्.
Thank you all, Nithyanandam.
4, 3, 2, 1, live.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गहनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्याधिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, I welcome all the Paramashivoham participants who are being seated here, coming for the day 14 of this Paramashivoham session, joining us for the intense 21 minutes of power manifestation session blessed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. It's good right after the Nithyananda Yoga, the performance of the 308 Dvitiya Vijnasa Krama, blessed by Swamiji himself. Just a few minutes ago we have completed that 3 hours of the yoga and entering to the power manifestation. Now let us all get ready for that. Today we will be manifesting the power of third eye, reading and seeing with our eyes completely blindfolded. Please be ready. Yes, I can see many participants are joining now. Please turn on your cameras. Please be seated. We are going to be manifesting the power of third eye today. 3 different rounds of manifesting this very same power. Let us all be seated. Be in the space of oneness to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in our inner space. Please turn on your cameras as well. Now requesting all the participants to please bring your IBANs, pen and paper, and please be seated. If you don't have an IBAN, something to blindfold yourself, that will be great. Please bring that and keep it available with you. Make sure you are being seated in a comfortable position without any disturbance around you to receive Paramashiva for this intense next 21 minutes of the power manifestation. You can see Tirthurupa Ayya, Pavan K Ayya, Zudo Wang Ayya, and many other more participants. Few participants have not turned their cameras and are being seated. Please do that as well. As always, as we mentioned, we are going to be reciting the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference to manifest the power of third eye, validating, mentioning to the whole world that this power manifestation is real, and Swamiji is here to prove that every single one of us are a Paramashiva, embodiment of Paramashiva, living the Paramashiva, and has the Paramashiva component in our very bioenergy, biomemory itself. The Shastra Pramana to be chanted, and the translation for it by Bhagavan Paramashivam himself 60,000 years ago very clearly mentioned about this power manifestation. Now I will be reciting that verse and the translation for it, and then we will enter directly to the power manifestation. Kapalantarmano nyasya tishthanmilitalochanaha kramena manaso dhadyat lakshayed lakshamuttamam. The translation goes, by fixing the mind on inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having your eyes closed in succession, by the stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva himself. Swamiji, for all of us. Yes, now we'll be entering to the round 1 of the power manifestation. Do not close your eyes now, keep your eye band ready. We'll be entering to the round 1 of the power manifestation. The round 1 of the power manifestation is going to be any deity. I'll be choosing any deity for all the participants out here. Any one of the deity I'll be choosing and projecting it to all of you. There is no options given for this round as well. As you can request, you can visualize Swamiji as the embodiment of all the gods and goddesses. Swamiji has given many different Bhavasamaya darshans, from Krishna to Ganesha to Sadashiva to Venkateshwara to Dakshinamurti. To every Bhavasamaya darshan, Swamiji has been given and blessed all of us. So you can remember him as embodiment of all the god and goddesses for a few seconds and see what is the deity is appearing through your third eye. So that will be the first round of the power manifestation. Hope all the participants are able to hear and get along with me for the first round. Now let us all close our eyes. Please keep your eyes blindfolded. You can put on your eye bands. Please close your eyes. Zudo Wangaya, please close your eyes. Now visualize Swamiji onto our inner space, whatever may be the form. You feel that you want to get connected to. Start chanting the Mahavakya.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now to open your eyes, keep your eyes closed.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda
Krishna, the form of Shiva, the form of Ganesha.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasarashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Yes, now requesting all the participants. The round 1 of the power manifestation has been completed. We can take few minutes of our time. Please open your eyes. You can take off your eye bands. Please open your eyes. The round 1 of the power manifestation has been done. Please open your eyes. Yes. Now please type out your answers as well on the Zoom chat, telling what was revealed to you through your third eye, what was shown to you by Swamiji, or even though you are not able to see any deity, whatever was revealed to you as well, or whatever was the image, what did Swamiji showed you through your third eye. Please type out the answers on the Zoom chat. Let's give you minutes for that. Please leave the message in the Zoom chat telling what was revealed to you through your third eye. Okay, yes, Tirthrupaya is putting a message, Devi Meenakshi and Varaha avatar of Sri Vishnu. Okay. Pavan K is putting a message, Ganapati deity with the red flower next to him. Okay. That's great. Yeah. Let's see what is actual picture it's going to be. Zudo Wangaya, please leave the message. Not able to see your message as well. Zudo Wangaya, did you see anything today for the round 1 of the power manifestation? Yes. Now, as all the participants can see, the round 1 of the power manifestation chosen for all of us was a Ganesha deity itself. So, I think so, Pavan K, you have manifested the first round. The first round of the power manifestation was Ganesha deity. You got it more precisely with the red flower next to him. Actually, the photo is not completely shown. So the deity is exactly correct, which have manifested. You have manifested the first round as Ganesha deity. That's good, yeah, wonderful to see that. Now we'll move on to the second round of the power manifestation. The second round of the power manifestation is going to be completely different. Do not close your eyes. You have to see what I am going to be projecting now. For the second round of power manifestation, there is a word called relevant, as you can see, R-E-L-E-V-A-N-T. Do not close your eyes. Tirthurupaya, you have to just see what is happening first. For the second round of the power manifestation is the word relevant. I will be choosing any one letter from this word. So this will be the today's power manifestation. From these 8 letters of the word relevant, R-E-L-E-V-A-N-T, I will be choosing any one of the letters and projecting it to all of you for the round 2 of the power manifestation. Yes, so hope all the participants are able to understand and be clear about that. And now let us all close our eyes. We will enter to the round 2 of the power manifestation. Please close your eyes. Keep your eyes blindfolded. Please close your eyes. Start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Remember that word in your inner space.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Connect with that word.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda
Yes, and now requesting all the participants, we can relax and you can take off your eye bands. Please open your eyes. Please open your eyes. The round 2 of the power manifestation has been completed. Please open your eyes. Now please type out your answers as well on the Zoom chat, telling what is the letter was revealed to you through your third eye, what was shown to you by Swamiji himself. You can type out that. Let's see what's all the participants are able to manifest for the round 2 of the power manifestation. Please take few minutes of well and leave that well. Judo Wangaya is putting a letter V, okay. Tirthurupaya has put a message L and E. Chalaya has put a message E, okay. Chalaya Palayasami E, okay. Pavan Kaya, what you are able to see, you can leave that as well. Zuda Wang has put a message V, okay. Okay, Pavan K has put a message, even before I closed my eyes, I felt a suggestion of letter T, but after I closed my eyes, I felt the letter L. Okay, that's fine. Now let's see what is the letter chosen for all of us for the round 2 of the power manifestation. Yes, for the round 2 of the power manifestation, the letter chosen for all of us was the letter E from the word relevant. So the letter E was chosen. Tirthurupaya, I think so you have manifested that for second round as well. You got the round correct. I think so. Chalaya you also have got the second round as well correct. The second round of the power manifestation is the letter E. Yes. Now we'll move on to the third round of the power manifestation. Do not close your eyes. Hold on, wait. For the third round of the power manifestation, I'll be choosing a word from the word family. Okay, it's going to be the same word as a relevant. I'll be choosing any one of the letter. Family, any one of the letter from the word family. Hope all the participants are able to understand. Any one of the letter from the word family I'll be choosing, like how the previous manifestation which I did, any one of the letter from the word relevant. The similar way, any word or any letter from the word family I'll be choosing and projecting it to all of you for the round 3 of the power manifestation. Now let us all close our eyes. Keep your eyes blindfolded. Start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep your eyes closed. Do not open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Keep chanting the Mahavakya. Dhaniyaraya, you can please sit as well. Able to see that you're going to participate for the third round of the power manifestation. Keep chanting the Mahavakya and seeing what is the letter chosen and getting revealed to all of us by Swamiji. We have a few more seconds.